Hey, welcome to Crafty Music Tips. My name's Crafty. I'm a full-time musician about to do a reaction video to reacting to some early Doors. All right, let's see what we can find. Okay, so here we go. We got the first demos from 1965. That was 2 years before their first album was released. Let's check it out. Whoa. That's a young-looking Jim Morrison. Is that even him? I wonder if it is. Could be. He definitely looks like he's got a baby face there. All right, let's have a listen.
Let's swim to the moon. Let's climb through the tide.
He's on the harmonica.
Penetrate the evening that the city sleeps to hide. Let's swim out tonight, love. It's our turn to try. Park beside the ocean on our moonlight drive.
All right, this is very interesting. This sounds so different from the Doors that we eventually became to know and love. It does sound quite similar too, obviously. Like the song Moonlight Drive was a song that they ended up releasing later. But yeah, there was no harmonica player, so I'm not too sure who was playing that. There was like little guitar could be heard, and it sounds like Ray was playing a piano, not his organ. Yeah, Jim's voice was very subdued in comparison, a little bit less guts to it, but still definitely sounds like him, and someone's singing a harmony in there as well. I wonder.
Let's swim to the moon. Let's climb through the tide. Surrender to the waiting worlds that lap against our sides. Nothing's left open and no time to decide. We stepped into a river on our moonlight drive.
Yeah, cool. I just went back to 1965, kind of like in that scene in the movie when they're writing Light My Fire and they're just jamming in a room, like what a lot of really successful bands later did in their earlier days. That time I heard a bass player, which I wonder who that was, and it sounded like John Densmore was playing with some brushes by the sounds of it. So yeah, quite a different sound. It's quite raw in comparison, but yeah, obviously they continued along their path, and this was, you know, just an early indication. Let's have a listen to one of the other songs. All right, looks like we got Hello, I Love You. Hello, I Love You being an early song. Check it out. This is crazy. It almost sounds like you're looking at baby pictures, or it sounds like, you know, a high school version of one of, you know, the most successful iconic bands from the 1960s, 1970s, early 1970s. So yeah, wow. If only they knew what was ahead of them. I'm just going to go through all of these songs in quick snippets. What about Summer's Almost Gone?
Summer's almost gone. Summer's almost gone.
Obviously good at writing songs already.
Yeah, almost gone. Summer's almost gone. Where will we be when the summer's gone?
Yeah, so they're obviously already really good at writing songs, I mean, that just sounds great. But I guess the delivery, the recording quality, they weren't very established at all by this stage, I can only imagine. So yeah, getting a very top quality recording in an early stage in the mid-60s wasn't a very easy thing to do. And also Jim's voice, he's good already, isn't he? But he's not great yet. He just lacks that little bit of conviction and power and certainty in his delivery that he had later on. What about My Eyes Have Seen You? It just reminds me of the Kinks, obviously with piano instead of that awesome rock and guitar and You Really Got Me. But yeah, this is it's just very 60s sounding. It almost, because of how raw it is, it almost sounds like it could have been, really late 1950s, maybe really early 1960s.
My eyes have seen you. My eyes have seen you. My eyes have seen you. Stand in your door when we meet inside. You can show me some more. Show me some more. Show me some more.
Yeah, I like the harp player, except I have a personal gripe when harmonica players it sounds like they're fighting the lead vocalist. I like harmonica, but it's good when it's in their own place. What does End of the Night sound like? I love End of the Night. It's a great song. You can hear Jim.
End of the night, end of the night.
Yeah.
I took a journey to the right midnight. End of the night, end of the night, end of the night, end of the night. Realms of bliss, realms of light. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to the endless night. End of the night. End of the night.
Yeah, this version is, it's the same song, but it is quite different in comparison to what ended up on, I think End of the Night was on the first album. Obviously, they already had really great songs at that point. It was just, I guess, the arrangements and the conviction in the delivery from Jim Morrison that was lacking in comparison. And it was only 2 years before, so they obviously did a lot of work and a lot of development in such a short period of time. Here we go, let's listen to Go Insane. Oh, I like this intro.
Now once I had a little game, I like to crawl back in my brain. I think you know the game I mean. Well, I mean the game. Don't go insane! Oh!
Yeah. All right, there's the Jim Morrison. Wow, interesting. So then it just goes into kind of boogie woogie 12 bar. But yeah, obviously the version that they ended up with later was more kind of arty and psychedelic. I quite like the version of Go Insane that they did live at the Hollywood Bowl in 1968. Let's have a quick look at how the Doors fared 3 years later. Now, obviously, we didn't have a video in comparison for 3 years ago, but wow.
Once I had a little game. I like to crawl back in my brain. I think you know the game I mean. I mean the game called Go Insane. This little game is fun to do.
Awesome. I could watch that for days. But look, we've seen that there is quite a different comparison in just the space of 3 years from the Doors. How do you get that good in 3 years? Well, they would have done a hell of a lot of gigs. They would have done a hell of a lot of rehearsal. They would have done a lot of writing, developing their writing craft. You know, they were really prolific in the short existence that they had, coming out with at least an album a year, roughly, on average. And so, you know, you don't get that good and that prolific by accident. You know, they really worked hard. Just in that short little clip there from the Hollywood Bowl in 1968, you can hear, you know, like the drum sound, obviously, you know, like John Densmore would have already been really good in 1965, but you really didn't get a chance to hear everything that he sort of had to offer in the early stages. And also Ray on a piano in 1965, you know, like he really came into his own once he got that Vox organ. And now that I think about it, it didn't actually sound like Robbie Krieger was using an electric guitar in the early 1965 demo. So, you know, they developed as human beings, you know, and musicians, but part of that development was obviously what equipment that they were using to be able to get a much better, more sort of, you know, larger rockin' sound.
This is the end, my only friend.
So there you have it. That was a reaction video to some early Doors recordings. Did you notice something that I didn't notice? Is there something else that you'd like me to react to as a full-time musician? And just before I go, I've got a quick gift to offer you. If you're a musician watching this and you're thinking to yourself, you know, I'm really not improving as fast as I would like to on my instrument or vocals or in any type of way within the industry, well then what I've got is a free ebook download. I'll leave the link below. It's called 5 Steps to Fast Improvement. What I do basically is I just give you the steps that you need to take in order to be able to make sure that you can improve at the rate that you want to. So no more chasing your tail. You can really get results. So I hope that's helpful for you. My name is Crafty. It's been yet another music tips video here at Crafty Music Tips. I'll see you in another one really soon. Take care.